All right, so what's good? It's Digital Crates. I'm here for HipHopSince1987.com, and I got lost, man. A dope artist on the rise, fresh out of California right now, broadcasting live on Zoom. We're getting it right, and we're gonna run through a bunch of quick questions today, man. Try to get our viewers and people to check out our website and our Instagram to get to know you a little bit better. So maybe you could just kick it off for us, for the people that don't know you yet. Maybe you could tell us like your name, where you're from, and maybe just a little bit to start about your music.
Well, my name is Lars. I grew up in Arizona, and Phoenix, Arizona, and I kind of started making music. I've been making music for about 3 years now, but about like kind of year and a half now, seriously. But my music's really just a reflection of my life, and I think a lot of people can relate to it.
Yeah, so you say you've been making music for about 3 years. Did you start making music when you were in Arizona or when you got to Cali?
No, when I just moved to California like September.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but I made music back in AZ like I want to say like 2017 is when I really started recording, I think I went to my first studio like 2017. Yeah. It was like my brother's friend's studio, but it was still lit.
No, it's definitely lit. Once you make that first record, and then like the process of finding your voice is like probably the most fun process. I feel like it almost loses its luster after a while. But once you really get in there and find your voice and the right kind of beats that you want to get your music off on, that's everything. Maybe you could talk about that, what kind of beats you started on and how you kind of developed over the last few years to get to where you're at now.
Yeah, I used to kind of rap on beats of artists that I really looked up to. So like Juice WRLD type beats, X beats. But in the very beginning, I was just rapping on just anything. I was just freestyling. I used to freestyle all the time with my homies. And my sound is something that just keeps evolving. So I feel like I find my sound every time I record. I find a new sound or something new I could do with my voice or, new ideas. But definitely in the beginning, I made way different music than I do now. But, that's just trial and error. Everybody figures it out. There's no exact way how you should figure out your craft.
Now, do you have access to 24/7 production, or are you still looking for beats on YouTube and BeatStar, stuff like that?
Oh, no. I got access. I got the clearance card.
Yeah, that's not bad to go from searching for tight beats, and then in less than 3 years you're working with those producers that people model after. Maybe talk about how you linked up with some of the producers you're working with.
My main producer that that's my kind of my executive producer, I guess. His name's Jordan Knows. He's I linked up with him through my old manager named G, and we met in LA. And the first time I met him, I didn't fuck with him. And then after that, we became friends and just fast forward, started making crazy shit together. And I was like, holy fuck, I've never had this much fun making music with somebody before. And then after that, we moved out, moved out here. And then I started linking up with Cody from Internet Money, Halftime. I had tracked with Tay Keith out here as well, but a lot of these people I've kind of just known for a long time through social media. And then once I obviously moved out here, I got to meet everyone, and then you just build friendships like how you do in real life.
Yeah. Social media is so powerful. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I was gonna say, what's your favorite platform, and how does it integrate into your daily process?
Probably Logic. I really I don't get social, I understand the point of social media, reaching out and all that, but I guess it doesn't really, I don't have a favorite platform. I don't really I don't know if this is weird, but I don't really care about it enough to have a favorite platform. My favorite platform is probably Spotify because it's where my music is. So
that in and of itself is social networking, literally just being able to have access to that much different music from all over the world, literally in the palm of your hand. It's a beautiful thing. I mean, so do you listen to music that's similar to what you make, or do you have other vibes you like to get on?
I just like listening to good music all around. Like if it's a good song, I'll listen to it. Don't really matter the genre. It's kind of just however something resonates with me.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like
But
people, like I love hip hop, but like I listen to everything, and people make fun of me. Like I might be in the car riding around to some country or some reggaeton, and people are always like, "Yo, like I didn't even know you listen to that." But good music is good music, and a song is like a universal language. You know, a good song doesn't really have to be put in a box per se. And I hear that in your music. I hear that you're a songwriter, not just like a rapper or a singer. It's like really like I see you being developed as an artist, like that could probably do anything. Is there any types of music you haven't experimented with yet that you maybe want to try?
Well, yeah, because that's just like every single like session. It's just some new shit, you know. Like I'm just gonna have to like keep trying to do new things.
That's dope.
So,
yeah, I think
like it's always a continuous process. It's always a continuous process. Like I don't ever want to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make this shit at a certain time or this type of. It's literally whatever I'm feeling. Like if I feel like I want to sing, if I feel like I want to rap, then I'll just go run that shit.
And how's that process? Like, do you come up with lyrics and melodies like before you hear the beat, or do you hear the beat first and then catch it?
Like I normally record on loops, so just the instrumentals. But when I write, like to songs, I'll only write the chorus, and then when I get to the studio, I just get lit, and then I'll go in the studio and just freestyle my verses and build it like that, because it's like I don't know, it just feels more organic, and I just naturally like that's like the way that I feel like it's been working with me recently.
Good. Your music to me is like a little. I hate to use the word poetic, but it's definitely lyrical. Like it seems like the words are like sometimes deeper than it may come off in the song. And like, you know, I got a lot of respect for people that are writers. Do you have other writings that have never turned into songs, or like do you kind of just write a lot? I'm just wondering.
Yeah, like so I have like a weird process after I release like at least like a big body of work, so like an EP or like an album type of situation, then I'll kind of just like take a little time off, like a little break in between, and just live my life, not recording music. So I have like inspiration and I have like things to talk about and write about, so it's not like the same, you know, kind of cycle. But I write probably like I like to like not write on beats as well. I'll just make melodies up in my head, and then I'll just like write that down. And then if I hear a beat that sounds fire, I just have a bunch of archives of just melodies I make up without any beats. Because if you write a song and it already has a melody and there's no beat, then any type of beat, you just kind of puzzle piece the shit together.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, each beat definitely speaks differently. And I always say the hotter the beat, the hotter the song. That's like something I always say. It just seems like once you get elevated to that real industry level production, that's when the real magic happens. So let's just take it back like just a little bit. So what are the origins of your performing name? Like where did the name and the spelling come from? That kind of was interesting to me.
I made Lost like LXST #1 because I thought back then, like I was like, damn bro, this shit would look really cool like on merch or some shit like that, like an X instead of an O. But then Lost was just always because like, yeah, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing with my life. And then just started making music and found out this is my calling. And I was like, I used to just be like Malcolm or some shit, but I don't know. I really fuck with Lost because that's just like how I've always felt. So I just be like, bet.
Yeah, it's definitely powerful, and it's something that like I think is the perfect match for your music. If anyone hasn't heard your music before, for people that's tuned in right now that's never heard you, you said it was a reflection of your life, but how would you deeper describe the music itself?
I feel like the music for me is besides something that I just like to listen to because I love to listen to my own music, I just like it's like the only thing I found in life that could be my release. I feel like everybody has a bunch of shit that they have bottled up all the fucking time. And some people don't ever have releases, and some people can't find releases to let that shit go. And so I feel like the way that I do that is through music. And I feel like that's why like a lot of my songs, people do be like, whoa, I feel this shit, because, you know, I feel like I've never been the type, I like suffering in silence. I don't know why, that's the type of person I am. I just deal with my own shit. But when it does get like too much and shit, and it's not even like if it's sad or if it's just emotional, if I'm too happy or whatever, then my outputs, the shit that, you know, I connect to is making music and like kind of telling a story about shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely like, definitely music is therapeutic, not only to the person making it, but to the listener. So it's like, I definitely, now that I've heard you say that, like, I feel like your music is therapeutic. Like if whatever I'm going through, I feel like I could turn on one of your records and
I appreciate that.
and actually feel something and not be suffering in silence. You know, coming out of Arizona and now California, like, you know, the business might classify you as a West Coast artist, even though like I don't hear too much West Coast influence. It's really just, you know, artistic, lyrical music. But seeing as how we'll call you right now a West Coast based artist.
Yeah,
what do you think's been like the biggest hurdle that you've gone through so far coming up out of the West Coast? And what separates you at the end of the day from other artists in the West Coast that's coming out right now?
The biggest hurdle, like, because I feel like my life and my music is the same shit to me. You feel me? So when I combine both of those, the biggest hurdle I probably would have is just like taking that. It's all the sacrifices that you gotta make if you really want this shit.
Yeah.
You feel me? And it's all the way down to like friends and maybe you have a girl or like it's just about building an environment around you where I move the best. You feel me? Where I'm most happy, where I'm comfortable. So that's been the biggest challenge. But again, that's like something for me I just see as it's progressive shit. Eventually shit gets better. That's how I see it. And for me, I don't know what makes me different from most artists or whatever. I just do my own shit. And yeah, like I don't really like to think about, like, I don't compare myself to other people, you feel me? I'm in my own lane, I'm in my own race. If somebody's winning, and you know, somebody's losing, that ain't got nothing to do with me, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like I just try to just focus on me and make the people happy that, you know, care about me.
Yeah, that's a good mentality to have. Like it's tough being uncomfortable to be successful, but like I can't imagine what it's like to be at that top level when you're literally on the road 300 days a year. It's like you have to really survive in that mode of being uncomfortable to please the fans and the listeners. But if you're focusing on yourself, then that's really like what matters at the end of the day.
It's really more simple than people make it. People make shit like more, you know, shit ain't always black and white, but you know, you can definitely like shape your life how you want it to be. You just gotta really want that shit.
Yeah, that's true. For better, for worse. You know what I mean? Like if you want to be successful, it's a matter of focus, no doubt about it. And that goes for any business. You know, being an artist is like starting a business. It's like starting a company based on yourself. So I liked what you said earlier about how you pictured the merch already, like as you were picking your name.
Yeah, but that's just some like kid shit, because I always have an imagination with shit, and like I'm a fucking artist, so I think like, oh, one day, like, yo, I'm gonna be like, ever since I started making music, I'm like, bro, I'm gonna be one of the biggest artists in the world, I'm gonna be one of the biggest artists in the world, and that has been my goal. So everything that I think of, music and songs that I make, merch and shit like that, and all my ideas I think globally, so I could be like, that's just like was mostly because of that. And I wasn't really thinking on like business shit, just more like the potential that I know my shit could have. If this was everywhere, it would look cool everywhere.
like going through your music and your visuals, like, is one word that I keep coming to is just aesthetic. Like you seem to have like a general themed aesthetic, almost like a vintage kind of aesthetic to your work. Is that something that's thought out, or it's just as you go, you're kind of developing?
Yeah, exactly like that, as I go. But you know, I'm always thinking, you feel me? I'm always like, I'm always thinking. So it's definitely, you know, something that has been, you know, thought out, but it's not too outside the box, because again, it's just me.
So I want to talk about your newest stuff that's out, but I do want to take it back to a couple of my favorites. The video for Myself. That John is crazy. That's a crazy. That's like a superstar in the making visual right there. Maybe you could talk about a little bit about the making of that video and that song and kind of what it means to you.
Yeah, I made Myself in LA with Jordan. We went to this one studio I had never been to before, and you know, this was at the time like I was getting like a lot of like labels and everyone talking to me and shit, and I just kind of felt overwhelmed. I was like, yo, let's go record. Went to the studio, chilled, and I kind of just low-key freestyled that whole song, like, and that's when I first started like freestyling. And me and Jordan were just vibing in the studio. We were like, you know, came up with this, this and that, and then yeah, bro, the whole vibe of the song kind of carried itself. And the music video, I hit up my boys from also from Arizona, Overcast. It was like my brothers, and yeah, we just like, I don't know, I make music and videos and all this stuff I work with people on, like they're kind of just like my friends. Yeah. So like everything, like it's just like, yeah, it just goes smoothly. You feel me? Like the ideas run because the vibes are always good. So that whole video shoot was fire though, because like that was like, I guess like my first budgeted type of video. And yeah, the ideas and everything that we come up with it to how it ended was beautiful. Yeah,
that's special. And I really like the aesthetic of Upset. I mean, yeah, that's like a quintessential, I feel like, look for what you're going for. Maybe you could talk about how that was filmed and the process behind making that video.
Yeah, that was with my boy Nicholas Jandora. And we linked after I made that, after I made Upset, and like, when was it? Another date exactly, but we went out kind of like to like this like cabin, like wilderness, like retreat thingy, and there's like a big ass tent, and we're like, there's like woods and grass. It was like a cool ass fucking like area, and the whole crew is fire. And then Brett there was also the DP, the homie Brett, and yeah, that shoot was just wild because I've never seen like a camera be on a fucking axis, and like they like spun this big ass fucking wheel that had this big ass, bro, some crazy shit, but it looked fire.
Yeah, that's a special record and visual. Like I could see you like kind of making even more stuff like that coming soon. Like that's like, that was a good look. It's like I said, it's like a vintage feel. Like it almost feels like it could be in the 70s, 80s, 90s, or the 2000s. Like it's kind of like a timeless vibe, you know. So let's see. So the newest John you got popping is this song "Famous," and you know, I even see people like I like people say I don't follow a lot of people, but I'm always checking for people like online, and I see like if you type your name into like a search box or whatever of any social media, like you can see people tweeting the lyrics, tweeting the hook. Like it seems like this is a record that's really resonating with people. Maybe you could talk about just the creation of this record, from the writing to the recording and the production of this, John.
Basically, I made this song a while ago. I want to say a year ago. I wrote it a while ago. Did it on another beat, and I was like, nah, like I'm not really, they have more potential. Fast forward, we made this with Cody from Internet Money, my brother, and then Jordan Knows, my also brother. Not blood brother, by the way, but like, you know, my brother.
Oh yeah, I got 100 brothers. I already know, and about 500 cousins, so I'm already knowing.
I remember like, but the whole meaning for me, you know, like, but it wasn't so much about death. It's more so about being, you know, and letting anyone get in my way, or letting, you know, things that I can't control. Like I'm not gonna trip about it, you know. I'm just gonna, like I said, just stay in my own lane. And that was kind of just like, I was just talking about, like, I was just kind of over, you know, a lot of shit that was going on. And it was more of, even though it sounds like sad, it was more of like a fucking like lit song for me. Like, I don't know, like it's like a come up song. Like
that. So do you have a visual in the works for this, John?
Coming out soon.
Okay. And how about a project? Is there a project on the way?
Yeah, there's a project as well. It's gonna be called Famous. And yeah, it's gonna also have Famous on it, but there's gonna be a lot of tracks that I know, like people are gonna fuck with. Like different types of vibes. Definitely my best work for sure so far.
Yeah, I think the fans that you have are ready for like a full project. And I'm looking forward to
for
that
real.
too.
It's like some savages in the DMs.
Yo, you have any idea when that might drop?
I want to drop it in May, cause I think I'm gonna like drop a song before it, and off of the EP that people have been wanting. I previewed on my Instagram the other day. It's called Over Me, and I think I want to drop that before, because I really think that shit's gonna go crazy as hell.
Yeah, and that's a good time to drop music too. Like right when the weather's starting to break and everything's like about to be summer. Like that's the best time to drop. I always feel like. So maybe we could talk about two quick things. Like, what's probably one of your favorite, let's say, moments of your come up so far, and what's maybe one thing that you're really looking forward to doing besides dropping this project?
I don't know. I don't really have a favorite moment. I'm just weird, bro. I deadass just like, I like to like stop throughout the week or throughout the time, whatever, and just appreciate everything around me in little moments. So I have like a lot of little moments that make me feel good instead of like one big moment that just goes away. And then I was looking for another big moment to make me feel good and da-da-da. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't really have any like big moments like that. I just kind of like take shit slow day by day.
Hey, that's a great way to do it. You know what I mean? One day at a time. It's just like we all put our pants on one leg at a time. You know what I mean? Like even the famous artists. You know what I mean? Like so that's a good way to live. During quarantine and this pandemic, have you done any live streaming? Have you done any like performances online, anything like that?
Nah, I don't really want to do any like of those unless like, I don't know, bro. Like I want my first show to be a fucking show. Like Nick, I ain't gonna cap. Like, bro, I'm not trying to. And I want to be like big enough to where I sell that bitch out and I had everybody singing my shit. Like I'm mad. Like I want it to be how I want it to be. So if people got to vibe with my music for that amount of time, then we're gonna run it. But I have been streaming on Twitch. I play Call of Duty from time to time. I'm pretty nasty with it. Fortnite too on PC. But yeah, got some shit with FaZe coming on. So look forward to that. And yeah, I really do be with the shits though when it comes to gaming. Like I will smack anybody in Call of Duty.
Yeah, I like Twitch, but I'll be on there making beats. I turn it on when I'm in the studio, and it's just it's kind of funny to see people react to me making music. I think it's kind of cool. It's like a whole different vibe. It's almost like crowdsourcing in a way, and it's like it gives people like a connection. You know what I mean? Like they feel like they're actually part of the tracks that I'm producing and stuff. It's kind of interesting. But yeah, but the gaming stuff, like I love the intersection of gaming and music culture that's happening right now. It's like it's really beautiful to see those worlds collide. So let's say pandemic just ends tomorrow. Is that like the first thing you want to do is start planning your first show, or do you have like any other like grand plans for when the world is back in order?
One day at a time, my bro.
Yeah, I hear you.
Like I can't, like obviously one day, bro, I want to do shows, you feel me? Like, but I don't know. I'd really just like to go, bro, because I be amazing myself. I be coming up with new shit. I just don't overthink shit. Like I just day at a time. Here's
maybe an easier question. I feel like your music would be very good for live performance, especially with like a band. Do you see yourself playing with a backing band?
Yeah, fuck yes. I want that whole ass experience. I want drums. I want guitar. Like, yes, 100%.
The blending of the electronic production with the live band, it's really that's a wave right there.
Like my producer Jordan's fucking wild. A lot of my friends I know are fucking crazy. Like I feel like this new generation coming up is really like, there's a lot of talented fucking people. Like it's gonna be a lot more names coming up for show to leave their mark. Like
it's like every day I get put on to something new that's dope. Like literally every day, and I'm starting to see more and more creators really take control of their career since pandemic started. Whether it's making their own beats or filming their own videos or putting their own shows together, it's like we have an empowered generation coming, and I definitely feel like you represent that with your music. So in all my interviews, I like to end with like a rapid fire, just real quick. You know what I mean? Indica, sativa, or hybrid?
Indica.
Brown, clear, or beer?
Clear.
Movies or Netflix and chill?
Movies.
Nike, Adidas, or local?
Nike.
Okay. Tits or ass?
I love all shapes and sizes.
Yeah, me too. I'm into the smile. You know what I mean? Nothing like a good smile.
Yeah, I'm into her personality.
Okay. Hoodies or jackets?
Hoodies.
Radio or podcasts?
Podcast.
Yeah, fire. TikTok or Triller?
TikTok's funny as shit. Can't cap TikTok.
Yeah, I like TikTok more than I like TV now. I can't lie.
Yeah, but TikTok be funny as shit. I'll be on that shit and I cap scrolling.
Yeah, so we went through those. That's just a few right there. So I guess, for the people that's tuned in, you've already dropped a bunch of gems. So I don't expect you to like go too hard right now. But if there's any words of advice or wisdom you could give to other upcoming creators, not just music artists, but just creators in general, any upcoming advice you could give that you've learned along the way?
Love yourself and trust yourself more than anybody else.
Amen.
Because that's you only gonna get you as far as you're willing to go, and yeah, you can't really like give a fuck about what other people think. You really just gotta run it. That's my shit. Just run it, bro.
Just run it up. That's what we always say. We just say run it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. Just run it.
And, so if anybody wants to follow you or check out your music, maybe you could kind of just spell out your socials really quick and just let everybody know like where to find you.
If you to find me anywhere, just type in LXST, and then my Instagram is IIM and then LXST. But yeah, you can just look me up anywhere. I'll pop up. You'll find me.
Yes, all right, man. So I hope everybody enjoyed this interview. Definitely want to thank you for taking this time on a Friday, man. Like, just turn up tonight. If I could give you any advice, just be safe. You know what I mean? It's hard out here for artists. So I tell artists, like, stay in the studio, stay creating. Like, if this is what you do, then go hard, keep doing it. And we definitely look forward to seeing and hearing a lot more from you in the near future, man, for sure.
Oh, of course.